Hello racers! Yes, it's that time where I finally make videos showing the racetracks which have been covered for the Friday livestream races. Yes, the races that only started last week, unless you've been watching this video further in the future, in which it would have, well, been going for a little while now. So, this is the original track that I will be showing a run round of, along with two other tracks. This one is called The Fear. This is the start line. You can see here, you can remember you line up anywhere in front of this line, and you do not go until the ref spider mech says go. And this is the course. It's fairly basic. We do a little run around here. This is on the testing ground, so ignore any enemy mechs that may show up. So you're going to be running along here, making sure you don't fall off while you're avoiding enemy fire on lap 2. Remember, no firing before lap 2. Now you take the right here and go on this road. Now if you are engaged in combat, you probably will break off and run around those buildings for a bit. Just be mindful that obviously people may still be trying to win the race via laps, so you know, killing isn't always necessarily the best plan. Running across this bridge, we then go underground down into the tunnel section here. Obviously making sure that you don't get ambushed by anyone who might be waiting around the corner, waiting for anyone to pop in. Then you can pretty much sort of break how you want around these buildings. You can take the shortcut, you can take the long way around to avoid fire, and all the way back to the start point. So that is The Fear. The reason it's called The Fear is it's very open, there's very little cover. So we'll be going on to the next track momentarily after the wipe. Okay, so race 2 starts here. The marker is this line of the road. So racers will probably just be sort of lining up around this kind of area. And this track was created by Dr. Bike, who's one of the regulars on the stream. He likes to help out. Yeah, he came up with this rather nifty little one. This one provides a bit more cover for racers. So pretty much you want to generally try and stick to the road, as I'm going here. Obviously, overtaking, avoiding fire and stuff, you can obviously veer off the road, but try and stay as close to it as you can. So you could go around this rock, for instance, to get cover. You could go around that rock to use it as cover as well. But you want to try and stick to the road as much as you can. As you come down this straight section, you want to stay within the little valley here as you run down, and then you can take a couple of routes. You can go around and continue down this way, or you can take the road down this way. You can weave in amongst the buildings like I am here, but you will have to take a right turn here, and that allows you to go around this large building, under or over these pipes, and then you want to go around here. This is where it'll get a bit tight, so spacing is going to be critical, and then you're going to get back here for lap 2 when the shooting starts. So yeah, that was Dr. Bite's submission. We'll come up with a name for it probably on the stream, and we'll jump over for the final wipe for the third track that's been laid out. Okay, so track 3 is probably one of my favourites so far from what we've come up with, although we haven't run it much yet. This is Crimson Straight, and we've got a rather nice little start position. So we're using these two pillars here on this rail bridge as the start point, but only for the first lap. So racers will, once the race begins, will charge headlong down here. Remember, the first lap there's no firing, so people will just be jockeying for position, maybe knocking each other off if they can. And the actual lap point, the lap marker, is literally just the archway here for this bridge. So as soon as you run under it, and here, the race will have officially started as lap 1. Now lap 1, you will have to run through this tunnel, but obviously there's no firing, so you're pretty much going to be using this to familiarise yourself with any little points, maybe trying to shave off some time as you come round, and you want to be using these pillars. Now we've decided, and by we I mean myself, Davros, Frunica and Dr. Bite, we decided that you can pretty much use this entire space as you come around using the pillars and stuff. So you can go around this way, you can go around the left hand side of the building. As you come up here, up the saddle, as it's known by some, you get down here. Now this is a wide space, so what we thought we'd do is that you have to go down here. Now dropping is obviously going to take off some speed, so it's how you want to approach that is entirely up to you, but you have to go down here into the water. As you come through, you want to take a left as you go in, and you have to stay in the basin of the river until you cross that line by the rock. That point, you turn left, and then you can start feeding into the buildings, and you can go any kind of route you want to take as you get through these buildings to get back to the tunnel entrance, okay? So as you run through, you want to just be ducking, weaving, using the trees and anything else you can. You can take a long route around to avoid fire. As you start getting into lap 3, that would be discussion-wise. But we'll go around for the alternates of lap 2. Now when the shooting starts, if you take a bad hit or you want to at least get some distance, lap 2 you will be allowed to filter out here and continue around this way. You don't lose a lot of time, and we were running this in a mix of light mechs just to get an idea of the time it would take, and then you filter back into this location with all like the nifty damage physics that they added, although it doesn't look like a locust can actually damage them. Now as you feed in back through, and you will do the same thing running through the river basin and eventually getting into the buildings. As I said, the buildings will act as a major cover point for you. You will be definitely wanting in lap 2 at this point, because you know you're going to be firing, people are going to be like, running around, you know, shooting at each other, machine guns are going to be flying, firing everything, rounds spilling all over the place, you know, 6 medium lasers like scoring hits left, right and centre, and you're going to be charging, as I said. And so as soon as you cross that rock, you could go this way. It's a longer route, but it might allow you to get the drop on somebody who's filtering through from one of the shorter routes. You can feed in, you can use, as I said, you can go through any of these building points. You can even continue along the basin if you wish and go sort of all the way wide round back to the rail, and then hit that point going back to the tunnel. And that is Crimson Straight's track currently. Obviously there are other options for what we can do for tracks in Crimson Straight as well, so yeah, that is our plan for the 3 race tracks that will be coming to the Friday live streams this week, starting on was that September 23rd. So yeah, hope everyone likes them. Critical Rocket signing out.